Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 Every day I'm hustling.
You know the saying.
Every day I'm
Stay
hustling.
hungry.
Every day I'm
Stay humble.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm humble in defeat, and I'm gonna remain humble in victory. This is it, right?
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass
BoxingVoice.com.
and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
I'm prepared to the best of my capability, and I pray that I get the win. Look at it, like, I love Mike Tyson, how he came into the game on some different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But it takes a crazy man to want to fight, you know what I mean, day in, day out. A hardcore sport, as you said, no silk shoes.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing boys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. You already know, hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. We are back for an exclusive interview in a matter of segundos with Ronnie Shields, legendary trainer who is now in the runnings to train Anthony Joshua. Now, there has been a few rumors as to who Anthony Joshua has visited. What we do know is that we can gather he's definitely visited Ronnie Shields, and there's a possibility that he visited Virgil Hunter, since we've seen pictures of him and Buatsi at the Virgil Hunter gym. But the reason I believe that maybe Ronnie Shields, Coach Ronnie Shields got the job is because this is his second meeting with him. I don't know that anybody got two meetings with him. I don't know that anybody got to do pad work with him. I don't know that anybody got to see what he got other than Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? And then Ronnie, he pulled out all the stops. I don't know if he invited the Charlos. I don't know if they invited themselves. I don't know if they wanted to meet Anthony Joshua. But for Joshua to have an American homecoming, waiting for him in his gym, I'm sure that had to feel good. So we're going to be talking to Ronnie Shields in just a bit. Just waiting for him to jump on. Let me send him a message and try to add him to the call just in case he can't jump on normally. Let me just go ahead and Ronnie. Where you at? But yeah, man, interesting news to say the least. We're going to be talking to Mr. Ronnie Shields and find out, how was his experience with Anthony Joshua and just what does he think? Does he feel he's the guy that can turn it all around for Joshua and get the win over Usyk? All right, so he said just 1 second. So we're just waiting right here, right now, for Ronnie Shields to join us. Then we'll ask him some questions. Obviously, you can drop your questions in the live chat. If I can get to him, I'll get to him. I didn't put out a post or anything like that. So can't really ask you to drop any questions in our Patreon-only post. Oh, there he goes, Ronnie Shields. Let's add him here. Hopefully he still's got the same Skype, you know what I mean? But if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up because we're about to be joined by Ronnie Shields, world-renowned trainer of Mike Tyson, trainer of Pernell Whitaker, trainer of Chris Arreola, David Tua, a lot of heavyweight names that Ronnie Shields has been in the ring with and passed down the tutelage All right, he's saying he's asking for a password. Ronnie forgot his password. Great. I really don't want to do audio on Ronnie. Come on. Get it. Can you get it? And this is show business. This is show business right here we're dealing with. We should be connecting with Ronnie Shields in a matter of minutes. But, all right, so he's definitely saying he doesn't have his password. Let me see if it lets him join as a guest. Well, if he doesn't get it, we'll have to have him call in, which isn't going to be the same. I would rather have him on video. But I don't know that he's getting it. So we might have to change it up. Well, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Bear with us as we're dealing with Ronnie Shields right now. He's trying
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are...
And we're hoping that he does. We're hoping that we can connect with him via video so we can get this episode on the roads the way that it should go and ask him the questions that we need. So, here we are, waiting. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on another episode right here. Spontaneous one. Should be having Ronnie Shields in a minute. As soon as he can get it together. I'm going to have to just tell him call in. Right? Because would you like to just call in? Because we wasting time. All right, so I sent them the number as well. Shout out to Mike on Sports. He said, grind. Love it. Shout out to you, bruh. You already know. Got the blonders on. All right, so he's read the message. Let's hope he just calls in and we can get this one done. Answer the questions we need. It's unfortunate we couldn't have him on video, which would have been obviously better for podcast purposes. But we gotta take the good with the bad. Good with the bad. All right. Is that you, Mr. Shields?
Yes, it is. I'm right here.
How are you, Mr. Shields?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm over here telling my community to pray for Ronnie. We want Ronnie to get this job, man. So walk us through it, man. Walk us through it, because this is a big assignment. It's not like you haven't been here before. I was telling my audience this morning, you've trained the likes of Pernell Whitaker, Mike Tyson, Chris Arreola, David Tua. I'm missing one heavyweight, right? I know you trained Pernell. He's not a heavyweight, but I'm saying you've trained some legendary names.
Yeah, Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield, that's right. How was it receiving the phone call? How did this all come about? Was it you inquiring about possibly helping him out? Did they reach out to you? And how did you react when you first found out about it?
Well, it was them who reached out to me. They reached out to me, and they asked me would I be interested in taking a look at AJ, and he would like to come down to Texas and see if things could work out between him and I. So said, yeah, no problem. I said, I would love to take a look at him. I'd love to see if we can, if we can mesh together.
Now, obviously, because you've trained so many legendary names, I'm assuming getting a phone call from one of the biggest names in the sport, it doesn't alter you in any way, or did you have any nerves about it was kind of like an audition, right?
Well, you could say it was, kind of like an audition, but, for me, anytime I talk boxing, I mean, boxing is boxing. I don't care who I'm talking boxing with, It's no such thing for me as getting nerves or anything like that because, I do this every day. So this is not something that's new to me. And, names doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, if I can help somebody, I can help somebody. And I just tell them what I think, what I feel, how I work, and we go through it that way. But no, it's not. I didn't get nervous or anything like that because, I've been here too many times. I've done it too many times.
Would you say if you were given the assignment, it could go down as your greatest achievement to bring him back to win his 4 titles, or would you say that you have something on that level in your resume and accolades in the past?
Well, I've had some stuff like that happen to me before. So yeah, but I think for a heavyweight, yes, it would be great to get him to reclaim his world titles that he lost to Usyk, and I think I got the capabilities to help him to do that. So, and he, we for the last 2 days, everything seemed to go well. The first day was just all talk. We talked about maybe 3-4 hours, and then when he came back today, I told him I wanted to do just some light pad work with him just to show him everything we talked about. Because see, you can talk it, but you have to be able to prove and show. I think you have to be able to prove and show the fighter what you really mean and how I think he should do things. And so we just did some light work, and I just put him through some drills that I do that make him understand what I was talking about the day before.
And was this something that you prepared for? Like, you got the phone call. Did they give you adequate time to, review tapes and get to know Joshua, like maybe by reading articles or something? Or was it just like, Ronnie, we want to stop by. Is it possible? And then poof, they popped up.
No, I knew about it about a week before. I knew about it about a week before. Well, actually, I didn't know who it was because somebody else called me and told me that and asked me would I be interested in training one of Matchroom's top fighters. I said, yeah, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. And then they said, well, somebody will call you and tell you who it is later. I waited. And then I went on my Instagram because I don't run my Instagram. My wife do, and she's been sick. So I went on my Instagram one day, Friday. I think it was Friday, and I hadn't looked at it in weeks. So, and I know she hadn't looked at it in a week. But anyway, I saw a message from Eddy Reynoso, and for me to call him. And so when I did call him, he didn't answer. So I just, said, well, if you want to get back to me, he'll get back to me. And then the following day he did. He sent me a text, and then he called me up, and he asked me would I be interested in looking at Anthony Joshua and see if we can probably mesh together to see if we can work together. So I told him, yeah. I said that'd be great. So he said, well, I'll call you when he's coming in. So I said, okay, let me know. So then he texted me and told me that Anthony was coming in on Monday. Well, he said Sunday night, Monday. So, and then he did. And we got in, I think they got in a little late on Sunday night. And so he came to the gym on Monday, and we worked with yesterday. And yesterday we talked, and then today, like I said, I put him through some pad work today.
Now, how do you react to the Charlos? I seen you had the two Charlo brothers there. And how did that happen, right? Because I know you don't train Jamel. So, like, did he just say, hey, Ronnie, I heard AJ's coming. Can I come hang out? Did he show up with his brother? Like, how'd that happen?
Well, I talked to Jamal. Jamal was supposed to come in anyway.
Okay.
He was supposed to come in anyway. And I did, but Anthony Joshua had hit Jamal up the other day on IG, I guess.
Okay.
And Jamal called me up the other day and asked me, he said, man, Joshua hit me up the other day on IG. I said, yeah. I said, well, he's coming here. So he asked me what day he was coming. I said, well, Monday. So he couldn't come Monday because he had to do some stuff with his kids and take them to school and pick them up and doing some other stuff. So he couldn't come on Monday. But then last night, him and I talked, and he said he was going to come back today. And he told me he was bringing Jamel with him. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. So they both came, and, hey, man, these guys act like they've been knowing each other for years. Because, they fighters,
Yeah.
Fighters do. Fighters got that talk, and they talk. And so they traded each other's Instagram and phone numbers and all this other stuff. And they just hit it off like they've been knowing each other for years.
I really want this to happen for you, man. I'm listening to this interview here with a smile. All I could think is like, wow, one door closes and another one opens, because you just were training, someone that people thought would be possibly next up in Efe Ajagba. Obviously, he suffered a loss to Frank Sanchez, but here you are with an opportunity to train one of the greater names in the sport. What is it about AJ that you think, I don't want to say change, but what do you think you need to bring to this Usyk fight in order to ensure the win? Is it more about his physical, or is it more about game plan?
I think for me, it's more about game plan. It's more about game plan. Like I say, a lot of stuff we talked about, and I can't go through what a lot of stuff that he told me, but. We watched a few rounds of the Usyk fight together, and I just pointed out some things that I thought he should have done that he didn't do, and we had a great talk yesterday. Today was even greater. The talks was really, really good. I like to explain myself to a fighter. I just like to let him know what I think is going to help him and what's going to be good for him. And he really liked that. And it's some things that I showed him that, he said, man, I never was taught to do this, and it surprises me that a guy, who's heavyweight champion of the world, don't know certain things, but, I imagine, and like he said, European boxing is different than boxing over here in the United States. But he realized that he had to come to the United States to get something different. And, he feel and I feel that I could show him something different that's going to really help him in the rematch.
So I guess the $1 million question, and I'm gonna give you like multiple answers, like any nerves, any competitive edge, any worries, anxiety, because it is Ronnie Shields. We seen evidence that he was at Virgil Hunter's, and we seen evidence that he was at Canelo Alvarez. Is there a worry in the back of your mind that you're one of the three options, or do you think you're a shoo-in already based off just the chemistry?
Well, I think our chemistry was really well. And look, I'm not going to lose any sleep over whether, he calls and says, hey, man, I think I'm going to go this route or that route or that route. I don't lose sleep over that. This is my business. I've been in this business for so many years, man. And I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, I've seen everything that you can see in the sport. My thing is, I know what I know. I know what I can do. And, hey, that's all I can give you is my best. And if my best if they don't feel that my best is good enough, then hey, I don't wish him no ill will. I wish him the best, the best, as always.
Now, a lot of us Monday morning quarterbacks, Sunday night after the fight, morning afterthoughts, I was specifically telling my audience, man, AJ wasn't acting like a big man. He needed to be a big man. Walk down Usyk. Is that bad advice? Like, is that just obviously someone on the couch thinking what's the right thing to do? Or could AJ simply be the bigger man and bully him the way Fury did Steve Cunningham and obviously Wilder?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, I expected him to fight that way, to fight like a bully, but he didn't. Like again, I didn't ask what their game plan was. I didn't want to put him through that, because obviously it wasn't the right game plan, and he didn't. I told him he didn't fight like himself, and I just think that he's a much better fighter than what he showed in that Usyk fight, and. Like I say, I watched a few rounds with him and his team. I watched a few rounds with him. I pointed out certain things, and I say, yeah, man, that's what we should have done, but we didn't do it. So, and the thing about it is, when you have a game plan, you have to work on it every day. You have to, you have to get it down pat before that fight, and then when you get in there, you have to do things that you did in the gym. So I don't know what their game plan was, but obviously it wasn't the right one, and I guess he didn't feel like it was the right one. So this is why he wants to make a change.
Ronnie, obviously you've been doing this for so long, so I got one question, very simple. Can you teach a fighter how to be a dog? Can you give him that mean mentality, that Clubber Lane mentality? I want to say the knock on Anthony Joshua on the internet and the articles, is that he's too nice. That he doesn't act like a big man. That he doesn't act like a big man. That he's not trying to be dominant. He's boxing guys that he could be knocking out and knocking out guys that he needs to be boxing. So, is that something you can pour into a fighter? Can you make him tougher or mentally more aggressive?
I'm gonna tell you the first thing he told me when he came here. He told me, he said, listen, I know people don't think that I'm a dog, that I'm this, I'm that. I'm just a pure boxer, He said, look, I'm going to be a dog in this next fight. Now, that's his words, okay? He told me, I'm going to be a dog in this fight. I just need you to show me how to be the best dog that you can teach me to be. And so, that answered the question for me, because my thing was to him was, why did you box the whole time? He said he felt like he can outbox him. And, obviously that was the game plan, to outbox him. So, that was, to me, that was the wrong fight. Now he knows it was the wrong fight. So, in order to teach a man to be a dog, he has to have the dog instincts in him already. He got it in him. He says he has it in him. And so, once we start, if things work out and I'm training him, then once it comes down to it, then you know what? Now in the ring, in the gym, is the time to prove it and to show it. And then when you get in a fight, you have to show it too. So, that's going to be hard work. And, again, we sat down and we talked about everything. And I felt everything went great.
Do you feel that with what you've learned with AJ in your limited time, did you see enough that this is the guy to beat Tyson Fury?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is my first time actually meeting him. And he's a lot bigger than I thought he was. He's not fat. He's trimmed up pretty good, and he has a stature. Man, does he has a stature? And and anybody that can punch, man, that know how to put punches together and everything, I think have a chance against a guy like a Tyson Fury. But again, him and I never talked about Tyson Fury. His whole thing was Usyk. And he knows in order to get to Tyson Fury, he got to get by Usyk first. So that's number one priority.
Now, one of the knocks on AJ is obviously they feel the muscles are depleting his oxygen. You've been a trainer longer than anybody that I know, so are people spot on? And is that something that you can work on, or is that just him because he's has so much muscle mass?
Well, but I didn't see a lot of muscle mass on him. That's the thing. I didn't see that. He's a slim guy. He's tall, but he's slim. He's not. I don't see muscles like that. Like I heard people saying before. He's real muscular. He's this, he's that. But we talked about. I talked with him about his strength and conditioning guy. When I asked him, that's one of the questions I asked him was, so when you're doing weights and when you're doing stuff like that, are you lifting heavy weights or just you doing for speed, for repetition and stuff like that? And he said, yeah, man. He said, I don't lift weights like that. He said, I don't do it that way. I just do what I know how to do. But I'm not I lift 300-400 pounds. He said, I don't do nothing like that. I don't do that. So, what you see is he's a natural guy. He don't do anything to get big like that.
So that's just his genetics, you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just his father's Jamaican, and but I know his parents are. I don't know if his mother's Jamaican or whatever. I didn't ask him about that, but but I know his father is, and he just. I guess it's just genetics.
Do you think that and I don't mean this in any form of disrespect towards AJ, but I mean, do you feel like he's raw enough that you and him can have a second half of his career, a second later half of his career for some time together?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think with the things that I know and the things to help him to understand, my system. I think my system is perfect for him, and he feels that way too. He feels that, he told me himself. He said, "Man, I like the way you talk to me. I like the way you showing me things. I like all of this." So, everything seems to be going well.
I know it's only was 2 days, but and I will try to shorten up, finish up the questions, but. Can you compare him to any of the other heavyweights that you train? Obviously, Tua, Vander, Tyson, Ajagba.
I mean, his style is nothing like Tua. Style is nothing like Evander. He's more Ajagba a little bit. Not as far as the height. Of course, yeah, with Ajagba, but he seems to be more looser. With when he's throwing punches, then Ajagba was more stiff, and I was trying to get him out of that stiffness before we parted ways. But Ajagba was probably the only closest guy that I can probably compare him with that I worked with.
And I know you don't mind other people's business, but for shits and giggles, he did go see Canelo Alvarez's trainer Eddy Reynoso. I feel like that would be. I feel like it would be a great move, but I also feel like I don't want him, Anthony Joshua, to do it because Andy's already there. Andy went there to improve, to hopefully get that trilogy. Now, if you go there and Eddie trains you, that trilogy is dead, and Sanchez's shots at fighting AJ are also dead. How do you feel about him possibly being at the Canelo team with two other heavyweights that were potential opponents?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, that's that's just opponent that he won't be able to fight. Simple as that. It'll hurt the opponents more than it will him.
This is true. But do you think that it's worth it? Maybe is that trilogy worth it, or you think the two fights are enough and we don't really need a trilogy?
Well, I don't think you need a trilogy for that fight because, the first fight we stopped him. But the second fight, he boxed him. What makes you think he's going to do anything different? And Andy Ruiz ain't going to be able to do anything different to make it, any better than what it was. I mean, I felt, and I told Anthony this myself when he fought Ruiz, that I did an interview with somebody, and I told him, I was asked about that fight. I said, look, all Joshua got to do is to stay on the outside and box him, and don't worry about trying to knock him out, because Ruiz is a hard guy to knock out. And if he just boxes and win the decision and then go on to the next fight. But, he hurt Ruiz, and then he went for the knockout, and then he got caught, which happens in the sport. But, and I told him I said that. And then he said, yeah, that's the next one. He just boxed him. He just knew that he was better on the outside, just boxing him and winning the decision. So, sometimes you just got to be smart.
Ronnie, were you with Evander when he sparred the 15-year-old Andy Ruiz Jr.?
Man, I don't remember. Tell the truth.
Okay. So
I don't remember.
The last question and the last option was Virgil Hunter. Again, obviously my job is to talk every day, so I give my opinion. To my audience, I feel like Virgil, he's too nice, right? It's like having two Papa Smurfs and shit. Like, it's not going to help AJ for me. His voice, he's like, you let your hands go, son. He's there to be whooped. Like, he's just too soft-spoken, or am I wrong? Could a soft voice probably be what's needed, I don't know, in the chaos in the ring?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, every fight is different. So some fighters you have to be stern with. You have to, put your man voice on them to make them understand that, it's important that you go. But some fighters, they prefer a soft voice to, makes it helps them. So I mean, I don't know. So I don't know what's is up to him on what kind of voice he think he needs.
And did the team explain to you that if you were given the head role or the head trainer role, that McCracken would still be involved in some capacity? Is he going to be in the background since he's been the longtime trainer since the amateurs, or is if he hires you, you don't want anyone that you don't know in the corner?
No, I spoke to him about some other guy that came with him, and it was he explained to me that he really wants this guy there. So I told him it's no problem with me. Whoever he wants
was
to
it a
bring
Spanish
in,
guy?
that's fine.
Was it a Spanish guy, Angel Fernandez, maybe?
Angel, yeah, Angel.
Okay.
Yes, Angel, yeah. He told me he wanted Angel to be with him, and I told him, yeah, it's no problem, and like I said, like when I did the pass with him today, I told him I wanted Angel to sit there and watch me and do it, and, watch me do the pass, and Angel did, and, and then me and Angel talked afterwards, and, Angel was, kind of asking me, because he's still in the learning process of this thing, so, but he seems like a really good kid.
All right. Well, Ronnie, I ain't going to keep you any longer, man. I do truly appreciate you being able to give us this interview. I know this is a very sensitive subject, and we don't want to be the reason you don't get the job, but we definitely have called upon the community to pray together to get you this job, man. I would love it for you. And once again, we appreciate your time. If you want to give out your social media, which I'm screen sharing, by the way, official Ronnie Shields on Instagram, please do.
Yes, that's it.
All right. Well, Ronnie, man, we appreciate you.
All right, man. Take care, Nestor.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Smile on my face. Ronnie Shields, world-renowned trainer. I really hope that he gets the job. And for my own selfish reasons, I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? I'm an ambitious man. I want us to grow. I want this to be the biggest, best community when it comes to boxing. I want to be able to always get you the answers. And in order to do that, we need to have alliances and friendships. And, if Ronnie could get the job, maybe we can get in this gym. I mean, we were there today. I say we because I got a Houston guy. He was there. And I text him, "You're a lucky son of a gun." You know what I mean? Because you're involved in boxing history. It's different once AJ is being trained with Ronnie, but right now it's still a mystery. And for TBV to have a fly on the wall in the little, look at this gym. Look how little it is. We were allowed in there. So pray for Ronnie. Let's get Ronnie the job, ladies and gentlemen, man. The rise of TBV. Let's go. I mean, it doesn't necessarily, again, there's so many bridges we got to cross, right? Like, that's just me wishfully thinking. It doesn't mean that because he chooses Ronnie, we'll have access. It doesn't mean that, but I like to dream that way. I like to be optimistic and hope that he gets it and hope that our friendship allows us to be in the building at the right time so that we could be able to bring you guys some exclusives. So speaking of exclusives, I feel like hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. It's going to help the show grow. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of other, boxing fans that want some informative news and also just want to talk boxing. We stopped at Mike on Sports, and we're picking up with Contrell in Phoenix on a super chat. He says, Anthony Joshua is food. Ronnie is okay, but AJ needs someone that's going to bring it the mean streak. I guess he meant to say bring in the mean streak. Well, I mean, I did recommend Derek James, but I guess he ain't getting an opportunity, and he's a little busy right now. He's got Marcus. They got a fight they got to worry about. So who knows? But it is funny. We always have those conversations about UK fighters coming over here to get that work. And it's happening. Andre Dakota, pound for pound supporter, says, will you require AJ to be in Houston for the next few months to adjust to your coaching? Has specific where to want location to train in? Killing me here. I guess you meant to say specify where he want location to train in, which, we didn't ask that. We didn't ask that. Who's this calling? I mean, in the billing. What up, bruvs?
Yo, what's good, man? Great interview. Great scoopage by the TBV community.
Shout out.
Listen, man, shout out to Brandon Lentz in Houston, man. Tejas. Look, man, I'm all excited. If you allow me
that
to
wasn't
for a
Brandon,
second.
but shout out to Brandon. It wasn't him that got Ronnie, though. You know what I'm saying? Doomy.
I'm just Doomy. ¿Qué pasa, primo?
What's up, my brothers?
What up?
You already know, man.
How you feel about Ronnie Shields, man? Tell us about this Ronnie Shields scoop right quick while you about town, bro.
Listen, Ronnie Shields is the perfect match for AJ, and it's wonderful for everybody in the stateside, especially the TBV family community. You know what I'm saying? We have a great relationship with Ronnie, and we were saying this since the morning. I know I was on the chat, and I was definitely stating that, that would be the best route for AJ, in my opinion. Ronnie's known to be able to move these heavyweights. And I think that there was, just a couple of candidates that I had in mind. Derek James was one of them, but the guy that has done the job over and over again is Ronnie Shields. And I think that he can really give AJ some more tools, to have in that belt to pull him out, next time around with Usyk. I think it's great. I don't know if it's going to turn into something where he's going to just come here stateside and train. Like, I don't know where this is going, but I like it so far.
Yo, man, this is a lot of it reminds me of Klitschko, the Klitschko trajectory, and I've been drawing a lot of comparisons. I know a lot of people do the same, but you really just gotta get on that horse, find your guy stateside, right, and really put the the iron up against the iron and get sharp. I'm with you guys. Other than Derek James, I really didn't see another viable candidate really to take him to a next level, if there's a next level, a la Klitschko and Stewart. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I use Klitschko as opposed to Fury, I know other guys have done it, but you're talking about kind of like, when people see the holes in your game and they're like, yo, we can take you there and you're still a competitive top guy. What makes a fighter like AJ so respectable to me is his humility and his willingness. Shout out to Ronnie Shields, because the first thing he said, I know what people are saying about me. I know they said I don't got the dog in me and this and that, but man, you know, like Ronnie's the kind of guy that gives you the confidence, and I think he did that for both Charlos and definitely the beginning of the career. He ain't got to make you tougher. He just got to make you feel capable. You know what I'm saying? So I think Ronnie's a great fit, man.
There's some coaches out there that can put that spirit in you, man. It's this energy, you know. A guy that I'll go back to, you know, I know it's going back real far, but I know you guys know very well, is Customato.
Absolutely.
And you know, Tyson was a monster at 18, 19 years old. Even before then, right, when he was in the amateurs, when he was 15, he was a monster. But when he was a champ and he was doing his thing and Customato was gone, man, like what he left imprinted in that man and the belief and confidence he gave him, man, I know Mike Tyson appreciates that. And that's the type of coach that he was. And I think that's the type of coach Ronnie is. I think that when Ronnie's in the corner and you got this like father-like figure telling you, go whoop his ass, you know what I'm saying? It gives you like this extra strength. I experienced it, you know, with my coach that I had. You know, he's a tough coach. He's known to be tough. You know, he doesn't hold too much pads and stuff like that. But everybody got their style, man. And when I went and fought with Hawk, you know, which is Elias the Lion Lionez's coach also for Border Wars, Coach Hakeem had that ability, man. That there's just something about him, man, that he would just, you know, he would talk life into me, man, and he would make me believe. So, you know, sometimes you got coaches that can give you that energy, that spirit to rise to the occasion. And obviously Ronnie Shields is known to be a great trainer. Not only is he able to, you know, speak to you in a way where, you know, he can bring you up out of a, you know, situation that might seem grim, just breathe life into you, but he can also train you the right way. Look, he was trading Efe Ajagba, and you know, Efe Ajagba left. Now, I'm not saying that if he would have stayed there or not, you know, he would have gotten better or not, or he would have won this last fight or not. But Ronnie knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's seeing in these guys. Like, he's honest. You know, he'll let you know exactly what's going on and what you need. So I respect his opinion. You know, I really do. So I don't know what else is gonna or how much training, what else is gonna materialize from this, but this is awesome. I like it.
And Ness, let me throw this in there right quick. I don't mean to drag it out, but I know Ronnie mentioned about Joshua being of Jamaican lineage. I'm not sure of that. I would love it. You know, I'm always riding for every man of them a yard man. But if he's Nigerian, there's a huge, huge Nigerian community in Texas, let alone in Houston. So, I mean, you talk about the comfort. You know what I'm saying? You get out there, you can find your places to eat. You know what I'm saying? You see a couple of your peoples, those kind of elements as well. You know what I'm saying? They add to your comfort zone. You know, as a fighter, I think when you go somewhere and sit down and you got to listen to somebody dissect you, dissect your character, dissect your game, you know, as uncomfortable as it is, that experience, you do got to have some creature comfort. So I think the location where Ronnie's based out of, I think that kind of adds to that as a top choice.
So the poll question, obviously I want Ronnie, but I'm putting out the poll question. Who should AJ choose? Is it Ronnie Shields? Is it, you know, Eddy Reynoso? Is it Virgil Hunter? Or is it Derrick James? Now, Reynoso, Shields, and Hunter, those are legit choices. Derrick James, that's a community choice. That's us wishing on a star. That's not been rumored. That's not out there as a possibility. AJ has not reached out to Derrick James. There is no rumors of that. That's only this community, you know, really wanting maybe AJ to link up with Derrick if he's not going to link up with any of the others.
Hey, Ness, let me interject right quick. I'm just asking, hypothetically, the same way, right? The twins, you know, kind of, you know, they knew AJ was going to be in town, and they made their way over there, right?
Yep.
If the ability presents itself, do you think perhaps, you know, the twins are chatting with each other and like, yo, holla at Derrick, you know, as not stepping on Ronnie's toes, but to say, hey, you know, we spoke to AJ, he's in town, he's going over to check Ronnie, you know, Derrick, if you want to holla at him, I can at least put y'all in contact. You know, I don't want to speculate, but I'm just thinking as easy as it was for the twins to kind of, kind of link up and just go check AJ out. I think AJ kind of garners that type of word of mouth attention, even if we haven't heard anything from it. I would hope, again, you say it's the community. I would hope that could happen. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think AJ's hip enough, and we keep learning that he definitely hits people in the DM. So he hit Charlo, Big Charlo. I think, if he wanted to test Derek, he could hit. He could definitely hit up Jermell to get with Derek. Or go straight to Derek. Derek's very active on social media. And when you got that blue check mark, it's different. Your message doesn't get lost. It goes straight to them. And but I like the Ronnie, man. Come on, boxing gods, man. Give Ronnie that job. I mean, Ronnie actually sounds like he's like it's a shoo-in. It don't sound like he sounds like it's over in terms of the audition. They talked all they talked. They did what they had to do. And it's a matter of AJ deciding, but based off like what he's telling us, it sounds like it went good because some of the answers, right? AJ said, I just need you to help me, I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember it word for word, but he basically said, like, I need you to help me. Because he said, I'm going to bring out the dog. I'm going to bring the dog with me in this fight. I'm going to prove that to you. But he said, I need you to help me with something. So let's just say like some things is something that Ronnie said.
He said something like, bring out the best dog in me.
Yeah, bring out the best dog in me. So that sounds like, is that the line that he's telling every trainer? Like, yo, Verge, I just want to see if we mesh well, if you're going to bring that dog out of me. Or did he make up his mind? And he's verbalizing that already.
Ness, it could be two things. It could be that line where you like, you know what, I'm looking to settle down. And the chick says, hey, you know what? Because I'm looking to da-da-da-da-da. You like, all right, she ain't trying to do what I'm doing. And you say, well, I'm looking to settle down. And she says, yeah, because, I want to start a family. You say, okay, this is something I could work with. Just for argument's sake, he goes to Eddie, he goes to Virgil, and he says, yeah, I want you to bring the dog out of me. One of those guys, Virgil, says, hey, but that's not the fight you should want to fight. And he said, he's going to listen, but he's going to say, okay, right? Mm-hmm. Suppose the conversation with Eddie is something different. Whatever it is, he's talking to 2 and 3 people translated Spanglish, like he's trying to buy a brick uptown, right? He got to work his Spanglish. He got Angel translating, right? And he says, I pedo, whatever. Lost in translation. And he goes to Ronnie and he says, I want you. And then Ronnie gives him a much simple answer. The other side of that, I think, is Ronnie letting it be known, like, listen, man, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know what I mean? Like, I ain't doing shit but reading the newspaper, if you can believe that. Call me. I'm free and I'm interested in it. I think Ronnie's just putting out that good vibrations, letting AJ know, don't leave America without remembering good old Ronnie Shields. And that's a good play. That's classy.
What do you think AJ values more? The fact that Ronnie is a legendary trainer who's trained, obviously first ballot names like an Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, and then you slide in the big left hook puncher David Tua, or the fact that whatever his close friend who he has signed to him could be telling him about Virgil, and I mean Joshua Buatsi. Because, if I'm a fighter and I'm signed to AJ and we got the relationship that we all know Buatsi and AJ got, and you come to Oakland and you taking pictures in my gym, I'm telling you, like, yo, cuz, man, you need to come check out Verge, man. He got me sharp as fuck, man. Like, look at me. He's a good teacher. Check him out. Like, it's Buatsi. That's his man's. Or is he going to be like, oh, shit, it's Ronnie. He's a legendary trainer. Like, what does he value more?
I think he got that from that question. You go back to that question of, can you bring out the dog in me? I think it goes back to that because, I'm going to use relationships. They have to build this relationship. And suppose I'm the married man and my single boy come to me and I say, listen, man, just take your time with marriage. Don't rush into it. Meaning, Buatsi is with Virgil and he says, it's good. It's working for me. It has its challenges, but maybe you want to go elsewhere. Maybe because AJ already got that familiarity and he can kind of already peek, maybe that conversation has already been had and he did it out of courtesy. You know, maybe he just wanted to get a feel just out of respect. But I think the reason why Ronnie has, the insight is because the way he perhaps answered that question. It's a very, pointed question or a pointed statement to say, can you bring the best dog out of me? Because I think, again, some coaches or some trainers may tell you that ain't the way you're supposed to fight. You should have did this. And maybe he says that's not what I wanted to hear because I listened to the last guy or I let the last guy tell me that I should have boxed when perhaps somebody should have told me I should have bullied. So I want to listen to the person that's going to tell me how to do what I want to do this go round. The other guys might not be offering him that.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because it really does to me. And I could be wishfully thinking. Everyone knows I'm biased for Ronnie, but it feels like Ronnie got it. I mean, based off just no one else has gotten 2 meetings either. Like, he got 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We seen one day apiece for everybody else. He got a follow-up meeting, man. So,
and that's last time I had 2 interviews, man.
You got hired.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds good to me, man. Sound good.
Let me open up these lines in case you guys want to call in. If not, we're going to get up out of here. You already know Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. The number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We just had world-renowned trainer Ronnie Shields after spending 2 full days with Anthony Joshua. He said they talked for about 3-4 hours straight. Hit the rewind if you didn't hear it. Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 130,000 subscribers right now. It looks like we are at 129,676. We got 1 full subscriber since the last show. Well, thank you to that lone brave man signing up to goodness. Let me go out to my Jimbe in New Jersey. What is up? No, my Jimbe. JT, New Orleans.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Yeah, what's up, Ness? You can hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, what's up, man? Nice interview. I kind of came on it late. Like, I caught him maybe 3 minutes left on his interview. But I heard the topic. Ronnie Shields. I would pick Derrick James over Ronnie Shields, honestly, to work with AJ. But I don't think that's still not a bad matchup, too. Because, sometimes it takes different mindsets to click, to get together, and you make some good adjustments, because he do got the experience as well, especially being coaching most of the top heavyweights in the world. So he has that resume on top of that. But that's a good pick as well. And I wish the best for AJ, and stuff like that. Hopefully maybe he can make the adjustments and it'd be a better fight against him and Usyk. But I'll probably still pick Usyk to win the second fight
That's all I got on it though. Anything else, any other topic though, Ness? Or that was you just called about?
Nah, I mean that's it. You know, who would you want to see him link up with, and just the interview?
Well, I explained that I prefer Derrick James. I think Derrick James would be a better match for AJ, how he fights and stuff like that. But Ronnie Shields got the resume, got the experience and stuff like that. So why not? That's all I got though.
Okay, champ. Thanks for calling in. Shout out to everyone tuning in. You know the number to call in 14255695241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going out to T-Zuck in LA. What up?
Hey, what up, man? How you guys doing?
All good, brother. All good.
Yeah, man. I think Ronnie Shields would be a good pick for him, man. I mean, I don't think the Reynosos I think the problem would be the language barrier with the Reynosos, and then not only that, I mean, I don't think the Reynosos are proven in the heavyweight division. So I think, Ronnie Shields is tested in that division. So I mean, I think it does make a difference. What do you think?
It's got to make a difference. I think that's why he's changing trainers. You know what I'm saying? I hope Ronnie can make the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think AJ has it. I don't think he has the hunger. I guess I haven't seen that at least. So I think it's. But if anybody can help him, it's probably going to be Shields. But I don't think he has it in him, man. I think Wilder has it in him more than this guy. I think Wilder would be good for the Reynoso too. I think he would be better fit,
Mm-hmm.
with the Reynoso because of the style, the fast movement. I think Wilder. I think he just needs a good trainer, man. And I mean I know we're talking about Joshua, but I don't know. I don't think he has the same drive. I think at least one thing we know about Wilder, he has a drive and the fight in him, But even though I picked Fury to beat him, but I still think Wilder has at least. I mean, he's still young enough, to fight, But it's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, we'll see, but I don't see. Hopefully he does pick Ronnie. I think Reynoso, he just has too many fighters now. It's just stacked. You got the Cuban guy, then you got Reeves, and then you got Canelo, and then just too many fighters, man. It's kind of like, I mean, it's cool for Reynoso and everything, but it's just like, I mean, how much attention can you put on these fighters? How much? I don't know. And AJ's gonna need a lot of attention. You can't just hey, I'm gonna go. No, you got to put. He needs to go with somebody he needs a lot of work, man. He needs a lot of work mentally and conditioning wise and everything.
He's up. Thanks for calling in.
Yo, hold on, Ness. Hold on.
I'm listening.
Hold on. I had to sit through that, man. And I respect every caller. And my wife had to remind me, you were there one day, King. You were there. But come on. First of all, you talking about the guy that traveled across the fucking world to go and get knowledge is not hungry versus the guy that needs somebody else to speak up on his behalf. And when he do open his mouth in air quotes, it's a fucking a text reply. He's the guy that's hungry. He's the guy that couldn't commit to his technique for more than fucking 2 rounds. He's the guy that's hungry. He's so hungry. I'm just like, it's not what, man. Go ahead, man. Next caller.
Yo, just shout out to the community let me see, hold on a minute. Let me send a message to my Instagram designer. Because at 5:03 today, ESPN hit us up in the DMs and asked could they use our Anthony Joshua video in their carousel. And it's funny because it's only pictures. There's no exclusive interview or audio. It's pictures and it's my voice, obviously insinuating that Joshua may be training with Eddy Reynoso because of the house. I mean, the fuck am I talking? Because of the house. I mean, because he was at the gym in all the pictures. But
what you smoking, Ness? What you got right now?
Actually, let me see, yo. I be forgetting now that I'm out here in the medical spot that these shits got named. I'm so used to what you got for this price. What the hell is this? Oh, this still the Minaj.
Gotta get your mind right, baby. You're fried, baby.
But let me go to my Gene Bear.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What up?
Not much, brother. So I called it. I mean, I know that I was saying Salas, but then I said Ronnie, and I think that is the right pick for him. I also said John David Jackson, but I mean, you kind of killed that one. But Ronnie's the right pick for me. Ronnie. Everything that AJ needs, Ronnie has it. And Eddy Reynoso, even though it would have been, nice for him to have it, but the language barrier is there, and he needs somebody that's gonna, get the dog out of him. So he needs somebody that's gonna talk the same language, kind of tell him the truth. I also thought about Teddy Atlas. He's a very theatrical type of person. He might be able to bring that out of AJ as well. But in my opinion, Ronnie's the guy. I really hope he gets it. Ronnie's one of my favorite people in boxing, so I'm rooting for him. But yo, that's my call. Keep it going, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Miami, shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Benson. Just published on his Twitter that Ronnie was talking about AJ on our show. So if you have a social media, you can do the same thing. That don't cost you anything. You know what I mean? Like, really. You don't gotta do nothing but share the show. That's gonna help with the visibility. Is gonna allow us to continue to get these big name guests and bring you the answers that you're looking for when you're looking for them, rather than being late. We're gonna go to Hawk in Maryland. What up?
What up, Ness? How you doing, my brother?
Another day, another podcast.
What's up to the whole TV? Yes, sir. The whole TV fam. What's up to y'all? And Ness, man, great interview. And I want you to think about what I'm about to say a little bit before you jump to a conclusion. But the Ronnie Shields is perfect for AJ for more than one reason. If you look at AJ's build and his style of fighting, it's a lot like Charlo. Charlo actually is built like AJ, just a smaller version. And the way he fights, they fight similar to each other. Charlo don't do no real dynamic stuff in the ring. He's really like AJ. He really fights a little like AJ, other than that uppercut. But AJ got a vicious uppercut too. So yeah, I think it's a perfect fit for him, because he's already working with the guy with the similar build and physique, just a little smaller. Charlo looks a lot like AJ in a fight. When he fights a lot like him. I think he got something real good to work with him, and with his experience of working with Holyfield and all them. Yeah, great choice. I still like Derek James too, but I think this is the better choice, because Charlo, his build is a whole lot like Joshua's to me. And I've seen that Frank Warren is saying that Fury not fighting no more. He's retiring. You heard that? You see that?
I ain't see that from Frank Warren.
Today, yeah, Frank Warren. Let me go pull that up. Yeah, well, I'm gonna check that out right now. But yeah, I saw that earlier. But let me check that. But that's a perfect fit for AJ. I think so. I think you're right with that one.
All right.
But that's my call, Chad.
Thanks for calling in. We're going out to Supermax in Texas. What's going on?
BoxingVoice.com. Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey.
What up?
Yo, can you hear the background music? I I don't want to get you flagged, bro.
Nah.
Okay. No, I think, first of all, great show, great information. I think, I'm like everybody else, I think Ronnie Shields is the best choice for a multitude of reasons. I think he can adjust to AJ's style. He's seen different styles. He also worked with Evander Holyfield, so he can kind of know what a cruiserweight going heavyweight can work with. But the main thing that I liked about the Ronnie Shields show actually came from just this show, Ness, is, you were a little bit more excited than he was, and he's not going to get starstruck by AJ being there. He's worked with Holyfield and Tyson, so he's just going to be another guy. Plus, with the Charlos, or with at least Jamal, energy rubs off. And at Reynoso's camp, I just don't think their energy is like what the Charlos bring, and that's what AJ needs. I'm glad you didn't ask me the two tough questions. We don't want to cost Ronnie the job. But obviously, the big question is he gun shy, or was that just the lack of condition?
You think he would have been able to answer something like that so soon? I think it's too soon to answer that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why I said I'm glad you didn't ask that, because we don't want to be the reason he didn't get the job. But look, man, if he gets with Ronnie and he's not gun shy, I favor him to beat Usyk for sure. It makes the Fury fight more interesting, but I still think Wilder sleeps him. But great show, man. That's my call.
Well, thank you for calling in. Thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button because we got the interview. Hit the thumbs up button because it's our second live of the day. Hit the thumbs up button because we talk boxing every single day. We got High and Low Sports Centrum sending the super chat saying the boxing voice is more. Shout out to you. We appreciate the support. We out here working. We grinding. Don't forget to share the show. Shout out to Andre Dakota, pound for pound supporter, just shared the show on his Instagram, and I reposted. Now we're at, I think, 63,000 on Instagram. So the more you share, the more I repost your name. Your name gets out there. You get some new followers, and we're helping each other. High and Low back with another one. The boxing voice is made. Not yet, but we definitely want to be made. I mean, if Ronnie gets the job, I might move to Houston. You heard me? Ronald Curtis says, Lady Shan interviewed Shields 2 weeks ago. Shields said that he would want to train AJ, but that he wouldn't want AJ to fight Usyk next. That 8 to 10 weeks is too soon. He said that he needs 6 months. Well, maybe they just push the date back. All they got to do is offer Usyk a little bit more money to agree to the date being slightly back. Let me go out to who we got over here. Is this Phoenix, right? Phoenix. That is my man Cantrell. What up?
Yo, Ness, what's good, baby? Yo, let me tell you, Ness, you got some damn good-ass questions, man. Damn good questions, man. I ain't gonna lie, I think Ronnie Shield would be good for him, but can he bring out that dog? Anthony Joshua got that dog, but I don't know.
This is
what's
Joshua's quote. This Joshua's quote, shout out to the producer. He said, I'm gonna be a dog in this fight. I need you to teach me to be the best dog I can be. So he's saying he got that dog in him already.
I just don't see it. I feel like he might be like Wilder. Once he get punched again, he revert back like, oh shit, I ain't trying to get knocked out. But I don't know, man. I think Ronnie Shield would be a good match for him, but for real, I'm on my hating shit. I hope AJ lose. That way AJ and Wilder 9 undisputed, since they won't play all them little games. Yes, I'm hating hard today.
Well, all right. Cantrell in Phoenix. Hating hard. We going out to Rod in North Carolina. What up?
What's going on?
What up?
Good interview, man. I wanted to follow up on the question you asked him about Angel staying.
Say again?
Is that the only guy that's going to be staying? Did you ask him about a question about somebody staying with Joshua?
Yes, I asked was Rob McCracken still going to be part of the interview or not? I mean, of the training camp. He said no, but the other dude, Angel, would. I think it's Fernandez. Might be his last name.
Okay. Well, I think it's a good pick for him to go to Ronnie Shields. You know, Ronnie Shields got the experience. If I'm not mistaken, when he lost to Eddy Ruiz, he used a lot of American sparring partners to help him for that Eddy Ruiz rematch. I think he had a lot of American sparring partners come overseas. This time he's lost again, and he's coming over looking for knowledge. I mean, the trainers that he's looking at are teachers. They're not just trainers to show you how to do this and show. These guys are teachers too. A lot of people miss that. These are teachers. They're trainers, but they're also teachers. So I really think it's a good choice for him. I think it's a good choice for him, and I think he's going to be much better. And the dog will come out of him in these American gyms. When you got this kind of sparring we got in the United States, you got the kind of things that go on in these gyms here, it's not really about being a gentleman. It's about being nasty in some of these gyms. So I think the dog will come out. He will pick up fast. I think so. From the dog aspect.
All right. Well, champ, appreciate you. I'll say this. It's going to be interesting since he's in Houston, and I mean Ronnie. If AJ chooses to go there, that means they might end up sparring Ajagba and Big Baby Jared Anderson, who are in Houston at the K Kimura gym. Not too far.
Hey, you know what? Derek Chisora, didn't Derek Chisora come over here and get a little dog out these stateside gyms?
I thought he took Brian Jennings over there. I didn't know he came over here. Who he what gym he was in over here? I ain't know.
Nah, I can't recall. It might have been the Jennings thing, but I thought we caught him over here. I thought I saw him over here in Vegas not too long ago, but I could be wrong. Before the Usyk fight. I thought it was well before the Usyk fight.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I got Big Nick in the UK. What up?
Yo, what's going on, people?
What's up, man?
Oh man, yeah, this is a good show, man. I feel like this is maybe a couple of years overdue. This move for AJ, I think definitely going to America is the right thing for him to do. If you ask a person the same question, you're always going to get the same answer. But if you go and you ask 5 people the same question, you might get 5 different answers. So I think it's a good move. I think Ronnie needs to be careful not to talk too much because AJ, they're a brand and, he's quite a private person, so I don't know how that will go down. He may end up talking himself out of the job, but there's also other trainers out there that I imagine AJ will be talking to. So I don't think this is anywhere near concluded or finished.
All right, name them.
Well, someone mentioned in the chat Jonathan Banks, which I think is a decent shout. Obviously, after working with somebody who's similar in stature and fight style like Klitschko. You got Bomac. You got Buddy McGirt. I mean, there's guys out there. And like I said, I do think Ronnie Shields would definitely be a good fit. But, hearing Jonathan Banks, I'm thinking, he's also got... what's his face?
I love Jonathan, but he ain't got Gennady looking any better at all. You know that.
Yeah, he had Klitschko. Klitschko, I mean, I know some people will say, yeah, but he lost to Tyson Fury and he lost to AJ. But as we know, looking at Malik Scott, not necessarily the best fighters make the best trainers. But I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a long road to go still before AJ picks settles on his final trainer. Listen, I'll be happy for Ronnie if he gets it. There's still life in the old dog yet, isn't it? But yeah, man, that's my call anyway.
All right. Next up, JP Long Beach. What is up?
Long Beach in the house.
Yeah, that's the GOAT. King Amin, what it do?
What up?
JP, what up, family?
And family. Um, I think it's a good fit stylistically. If you look at the fighters that Ronnie has worked with over the years, Jamal, Charlo. Um, you could go back as far as Thomas Adamek, and there's other fighters on the list. We all know Arturo Gatti, but what these fighters seem to have in common more than not is that they work behind the jab and they're kind of 1-2 based. What you see with Jamal, like Hawk said, stylistically. So it looks like the base that Joshua was working with, Ronnie would be perfect to kind of refine those skills. But here's my thing. We talking mentality, and I could be wrong here, and correct me if I'm wrong. I believe a mentality is something you walk in with. Um, this dog mentality, I believe you walk in with the gym with that, and then the coach refines it and makes it functional. I don't know if you can just train a mentality and you're not a dog and you suddenly become a dog. And to me, that could be just grasping at straws where the guy just doesn't want to accept defeat and you just not the guy. You don't have that in you. So we're going to see, and I really like to know the details of what the difference in training over there in the UK than it is here. I mean, what do these guys not train for toughness? I don't get that. I really don't think that could be the case. This is us believing that the U.S. just is somehow tougher and all this stuff. I don't know if any of that is true. So, end of the day, man, I just believe possibly we're grasping at straws here. But yes, stylistic, Ronnie should be the guy. So that's my call.
All right. Majid, Ohio, what's up?
Yo, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to hear me because I'm in a bad service zone. But everybody need to get the likes up, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. All right, Ness. So I got two answers for this. So just on your behalf, because I'm an everyday hardcore listener to your show, I wanted to be Ronnie Shield just because that's what you want. I want to see if you achieve your dream. But other than that, I just like Reynoso, because I feel like Joshua just gotta be explosive and get him out of there. Cause I feel like I'm not saying he no Americano on the chin, but he only could take so much of a punch, And I feel like you could punch a dog out of somebody. So I don't think, I think that he need to be smart and punch, grab, make him tired, weigh him down with his size, and focus on defense. And I'm just scared of Ronnie Shields with the defense because I don't feel like Charlo good against slick people. You know what I'm saying? He look at his worst. But yeah, man, I believe that AJ could do it, but I'ma just go with being a fan on this one and see what happened, cause I don't know that much about boxing. But good shit on the show right now. Everybody get those fucking likes up with y'all shoplifting asses, and I'm out, man.
All right, Majid, thank you. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, Oscar Rivas versus Ryan Rozecki. In the first ever inaugural Bridgerweight title clash for the WBC Bridgerweight title is going to be streamed live on ESPN Plus. Streaming action begins at 7 p.m. Just letting you know. And I'm going to probably more than likely do a live fight chat for that. You think you could be available or what? You watching that fight? You watching your man Rozecki? Oh, shit. Dipped out on me. All right. It's all good. How about you guys in the chat, man? Y'all could be available. What y'all think? Y'all trying to watch Rozecki versus Rivas? Andale, Rivas. That was so corny, right? All right, Majimbe Boomerang.
You gotta do a Rozecki fight chat, man. We gotta support the family, man. We gotta support Jeff.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be here if y'all gonna be here.
Oh, I'm there, brother. I'm there. I watch everything anyway. Yeah, man. But yeah, just back to AJ. I'm happy to see him over here making changes. Changes are always good. Hopefully it is Ronnie. Like I think it was Supermax that said. I think he will get a lot out of being in that gym, with Jamal. Is Mel back though? I mean, I heard him say that he was gonna be in the gym anyway. So is he back over there?
Mel back in what gym? In Ronnie's?
With Ronnie, because I mean,
you lying.
Ronnie said that. Yo, and I'm asking you because Ronnie said that when you asked him, well, did Jamel call you and be like, hey, is AJ gonna be there? And then he said, nah, Mel was gonna stop by anyway. So I'm asking, is he back with Ronnie?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to send him a text. I don't think that's what he said.
Call Theo Shields, Theo Ronnie, and ask him because I think that is a perfect. This is me being biased again. Ronnie, I love Ronnie, so I think Mel going back would be the kryptonite for Castaños.
I mean, he probably does need the box Castaño because he didn't really. I mean, he hurt him though. He hurt him like 3 times. He could probably knock him out this time. Let's be real.
He can't knock him out,
bruh. He hurt him 3 times in that fight. You tripping,
bruh? He hurt him. He didn't knock him out though. He needs to box him. Mel's a great boxer. He's the total package, man. Let's be serious. He should be on the pound for pound, and they're disrespecting him not having him there. But that's neither here nor there. I'm happy for AJ. And I hope that Mel goes back to Ronnie. Ness, great show, brother.
All right, champ. They saying he said Maul, by the way. But yeah, they both in the video. They definitely was both there. Shout out Gil. I see you, Castle Hill Gil in the building. Shout out. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm a Joshua fanboy, man. I'm everything y'all want me to be, man. Just make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I don't care about none of that. Call me #we working. You feel me? I'm grinding. You heard? Let me see if I got some super chats. If not, it's time to roll. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Appreciate everybody supporting the show. Any way that you support the show, whether that's hitting the thumbs up, sharing it on your social media, whatever it is you're going to do, we appreciate you. But that is everyone. Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Steve, I see you in Chicago, but you ain't press 1, so I'm up out of here. To the next one.